Previously on the Damage Guild podcast.
Are you ready to leave this cursed place?
We're ready now, like literally right now.
Did you guys find out anything about the black crystals in the ground?
I have a few samples that I've taken and plan to bring back for study.
Once we get back to Nennept, we'll be able to bring them to the Alchemists Guild.
Maybe that's your in, Tokas.
So their apprentice/janitor goes on this adventure out of nowhere and finds these crystals? A likely story, Shabba.
You arrive at Nafton.
We have to check their well first.
We need to see if there's crystals down there.
Tokas, you see small, dark rock.
We're gonna have to send someone down there.
I will just hop into the bucket and hold on to the rope.
You see a member of the town guard running towards you. Pull up that bucket.
And I keep cranking it really fast down.
You splash into the water at the bottom.
I check around.
Make your perception check to see how quickly you can find something.
Natty Twunzo.
Oh,
That'd be a natural 20.
You see the crap out of that stone.
Alright, so you immediately spot this dark stone in there, and now that you're much closer than Tokas was, you see that it does seem to have the same sort of cylindrical shape that the other ones did.
Dude.
Grab that sucker.
I still hear them talking up above me.
You hear me go, hurry up, hurry up.
Yeah. You hear it echoing down the well.
What do I have? How far down into the water does it appear to be?
It's probably about 6 feet down, sitting at the bottom.
Okay. Alright, then there's not really anything I can do about that.
You got this, bruv.
You can't swim down 6 feet?
I should just dive in. I guess I could, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll give it a try. If I'm already wet, then I might as well. So I just hop over the side of the bucket and swim down to the bottom to grab it. If I end up getting into a combat or something down here, for some reason, there's like somehow a giant shark or something.
I'm old Greg.
The fish people. Yeah.
Up on the top, the guard is shouting angrily at you. Like, hurry it up, bring that bucket out now.
I'm sorry. I know I look big, but I'm actually not that strong for Goliath. My strength is only 11. I'm trying to hurry it up, and then I'm like, oh no, it slipped, and I let it go and let the bucket splash back down.
Get away from there, and he reaches over to try to grab the winch.
Oh, okay, I like back off and let him have it, but I look down into the well, and I'm like, oh no, he's underwater. He's not in the bucket anymore. He's drowning.
With how narrow the well is, it's difficult to swim, so give me your athletics.
I got a 16 on my athletics.
Okay, so you swim down to the bottom and manage to grab it without too much trouble, and resurface. You see the bucket's already about 2 feet up above the surface.
Oh no, I make a grab for it.
Oh, there he is. Wait, just let him come up, let him grab it.
He stops for a second as you grab the bucket, and then starts pulling it back up.
Alright, I'll just hold on as much as I can.
You don't want a smelly dead halfling in your well. That's not going to go over well with the townsfolk, believe me. And then I help him, I like grab the winch next to him and just and start helping him crank it up.
Like actually turning it?
Yeah.
Alright, you eventually bring him up to the top. This completely soaked, sad-looking halfling.
As soon as he's up there, I make sure that the town guard has a good hold on the winch, and then I reach in and grab Azlo and pull him out.
You hear some bystanders just like, did someone fall into the well? What's going on?
Yes, he fell. It was tragic, but we saved him. Me and this fine gentleman. And then I like bring the town guard and like grab him by the shoulders and turn him around to the crowd, and I'm like, you just saved this halfling's life. This man is a hero. Everybody, this man is a hero.
3 cheers for the hero. Yeah.
He just looks annoyed more than anything. None of that. I'm going to have to bring you in for questioning.
Very well. Let's go. What did you find, Azlo?
I hold it up. See? This is what we were going for. It was one of the crystals. You were right, Tokas.
Tokas, your theory was correct the whole time.
But who put it there?
That's the question. That is the question. We'd better go talk to the mayor about this, since we're being taken in by the authorities.
Guard, take us to the mayor, please.
They like try to like grab us and bring us in, and we're like, Yes, we're going to see the mayor. We've secured an audience with the highest-ranking government official in this town.
You see the people back at the well who you rudely shoved out of the way start trying to scrub out the bucket.
Oh, well, they really shouldn't be drinking that water at all now. We probably should have quarantined that.
Sorry about the bucket.
Yeah, sorry about the bucket. Please don't drink that water because it might be contaminated. Just FYI.
By halfling?
No, by the spell
By this
plague.
thingy, the dark crystal.
Yeah, we're walking away because the soldiers are taking us, but we're trying to tell you the spell plague that everybody in Letwick is dead, and if you drink that water, you might be dead too. But please listen to us. And we keep going.
Very long withdrawing call of you.
Yep.
So the guard, along with a couple others who come from all the commotion, direct you out towards the town jail, and they let you inside.
Yeah, I thought we were seeing the mayor. What's this?
That's not what they said. You're the ones who said that.
Oh no, I thought they were taking us to see the mayor because someone ran off to go get him.
No, they ran off to get me.
Oh, yeah. One of the townspeople ran off to get a guard.
Oh no. I think you misunderstand. We do not want to go to jail. We want to see the mayor.
Correct. Therefore, let us go.
Yeah, we want to see someone who's actually in charge because we just possibly saved a bunch of people's lives. So we just like to talk to the mayor so we can explain ourselves.
And we have evidence.
All right, make one more persuasion check.
Not you, Shabba.
This is you, Azlo. This is you. It's all you.
Not you, Shabba.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all definitely doing it together. That would be an 18 persuasion.
Fine. I'll get the mayor, but you're still sitting here until he comes.
Totally.
That's fine. I think you will be very glad that you made this decision.
So you find yourselves locked up in one rather cramped cell in the small jail.
I lean out the window as the guard is going to fetch the mayor, and I talk to all the passersby, and I'm like, that man is a hero. He saved this halfling's life, and then I lift Azlo up in the window to show them. Don't ever let that man out of your sight. You should regale him with gifts.
The people just kind of look at you confused and back away.
I'm not a crazy man who's in prison right now. I'm actually telling you the truth.
I mean, we are in prison, but not crazy.
The cell you're in is only about 5 feet high, too, so you're kind of stooped over.
Oh, wow. I can't even stand up in here. All right, so we wait.
About half an hour passes, and the mayor comes by with the guard next to him. He's a nice, rather nobly dressed man. He's probably in his 40s or so. He's got a fancy mustache with little curls on the ends.
Ooh.
Sick stash, bro. It's the first thing I tell him. I'm like, dude, liking the style, man.
Do you use beard balm?
Yeah, if I could grow facial hair, then I would totally dig your look.
I'm told you have something important to tell me.
Very, very. In fact, it is of the utmost
Extremely.
importance. Why don't you drop some knowledge on this fella, Azlo?
Good sir. Did you know that the safety and well-being and healthiness of your very town over which you mayor is at risk?
If he's the mayor, then does that mean he mays?
Yeah, totally.
The town over which you may.
You may or may not, but I believe that you may.
I'm aware of many risks to this town on a daily basis, and I am mayor to protect my people from them.
What about one that looks like this? And I hold up the crystal.
I gasp for effect.
What is that?
This is a crystal that we have every reason to believe has been causing the plague that has killed all the people in the town south of here. And I just pulled this out of your well, which means that it's poisoning the well, and that your people may already be drinking this poisoned water.
You should have everyone in town who's drinking from that well within the past 36 hours immunized against this plague for which there is no cure.
Or decapitated.
Before they die and come back.
No, I don't say that.
Do you know the town? You know Pillshire, right? A couple miles down the road that way, a couple days journey. That town is overrun by zombies. Do you know what a zombie is?
I've heard tales.
It's a dead person who's alive again and doesn't like people anymore.
But they're not alive, they're still dead.
Yes, they're still dead. So all of your townsfolk are going to be those things unless you make sure that this plague doesn't spread. When we went to Pillshire, there was a barrier around the town of these exact black crystals that my friend here is holding.
In fact, we have more of those crystals with the rest of our party if you would fetch them.
Right. We're traveling with two fellows named Nerdoc and Wilm Strathis, and a third fellow also, called Dying Dillard Merchant. He'll know the name. Just call out to him. They also have more crystals, and they can vouch for our story, the veracity of it. Go ahead and, you know how, like, you take two suspects and you question them separately to make sure their stories match up? You go ahead and you question them all you want separately, and I promise you their story will align with ours.
Yeah, they haven't come to see us in jail just yet. They don't even know we're here.
Yeah, also, you should probably tell them we're in jail.
Yeah, make sure they don't leave town first.
They'll want to know that.
The mayor turns to his guard and just says, "Release these men." The guard gives kind of a puzzled look, but then turns in the key and opens the gate.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
I put a hand on the mayor's shoulder and I say, "May I suggest a raise for this man? Because he saved this halfling's life. He's a hero." And I wink at him, and then we leave.
He says, "No, he didn't." Now get out of here.
As you command.
I do appreciate your concern for my citizens in this town, but that was quite the disturbance you caused.
Only for their safety, I assure you.
We apologize for the disturbance, but we were trying to save their lives?
Yes, we apologize for the disturbance, but we don't apologize for acting in the name of truth and justice. We'll never apologize for that.
You should have come to me first.
Well, we felt the situation was urgent enough that it warranted immediate action. After all, if someone's poisoning your water supply, you would want people to not drink that water. So you should probably have people not drink it. Are there other wells around town? In like, people's private residences or anything like that?
I have another one behind my manor, but I'm not aware of any others. We have a few cisterns that should be able to sustain us as well.
Okay, so you will heed our advice and keep people from drinking from this well for now.
Of course, I know that you are not lying. I can tell.
All right, well, that's good peace of mind, for us at least.
Yes.
We plan to get to the bottom of this as soon as we return to Nennept.
Almost as quickly as we got to the bottom of your well.
Yes. We have our friend here, and I point to Tokas. I say, he is actually a fledgling member of the Alchemists Guild. We have connections, and we plan to... Actually, on that note, would you mind if we took a small sample of your water so that we could have it tested when we return, or on the way back? Just quick, we wouldn't
Azlo
even...
is still dripping wet.
Yeah, I wring out my hair into a little jar and I hand it to Shabba.
There you go. And we get a little, cup or something. Never mind.
A Dixie cup, perhaps?
Yep, never mind. We got a sample. We'll be on our way. Thank you for your time and attention. And we wish you the best of luck in Maying, and may the shoulder of the Ramlord be ever at your back.
I appreciate your willingness to help my people, but I just wish you'd done it in a slightly less troublesome manner.
Yep, we do too. Thanks.
Yeah, we should also keep tabs on any citizens that look slightly old or older than you remember. Like they might be the first to turn.
Yeah, be on the lookout for that, because remember, this is a zombie outbreak, so if anyone looks sick or old, you should take the necessary precautions.
Yeah, as in just kill them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least put them into quarantine.
Right.
Oh yeah, we could do that too.
Yeah, I mean, Dillard seems to be not dying anymore. So we're going to have to come up with a new nickname for him soon if he doesn't die.
Yeah.
What's a nickname for, tough or resilient?
Dastardly?
No, that means evil.
Oh, rats. Okay. I thought I'd give it a try.
A D word for recovering?
Durable?
Yeah,
Durable Dillard.
Durable Dillard. There you go.
Yeah.
Durable Dillard. All right. Okay, so we find our companions at the general shop, I assume.
Yep, they're just finishing up purchases for some more food and other supplies.
Okay.
Guess what we did today while you guys were buying things?
We saved an entire village. So let's go, because they don't like us anymore.
They just kind of give Azlo a look.
He's sopping wet.
Good day.
It's been a while, so you're not dripping so much anymore, but you're still soaked.
Yeah. Azlo just gets really nervous. He sweats a lot.
Yeah, I got the sweats real bad.
It's a hot day out today.
All right, team. Let's get out of here before we get thrown into another jail cell. I mean, yeah.
You didn't hear that.
Whatever.
All right, we're ready to head out. So they pack their new belongings onto the horse and set off. So you camp the next night, and nothing really happens.
Well, that's nice. That's good.
Yeah, you're traveling the next day. You have to move at a walking pace, even though you have the horse, so not the fastest travel rate. But you reach the next town, Kaplan Hill. This is the town where the Ankegs are roaming around. So they're still a little bit nervous about that. And you see several large holes in the ground as you're walking up the road.
So the Ankeg problem is like a major dealio. It's not just like, hey, some farmers have seen some Ankegs. This is like a
prevalent
Yeah.
issue.
It's a recurring issue, at least once every few days.
Can you imagine how disconcerting that would be? Like, you couldn't walk around anywhere without wondering if a giant bug was going to erupt out of the ground and bite your legs off. Like,
Yeah.
that would be the worst.
You just hear like a minor earthquake, and the next thing you know, man, you're just getting devoured by a bug the size of a walrus. So I turn, as we're traveling down the road, I turn to Nerdok and I'm like, hey, have you ever killed an Ankeg and worn its skin as a suit?
I can't say that I have.
Well, neither have I, but the idea strikes my fancy. What do you think? Because you guys are higher level than we are, and we could really use your help to earn a little extra walking around cash, if you know what I mean.
As much as I feel for these people, and I think they deserve help, we're on a mission, and we need to return quickly.
We're in too much of a hurry. You're right. All right, we keep going.
We'll take a note of that in our journal and turn it into a side quest for later.
Yeah, maybe we can paint up a quick sign, like how you have your business cards that you give people. We could just make that into a huge sign and then just nail it to a random post with your particulars.
Yeah.
Is that how we spend the last piece of paper? Turn it into a poster with tabs?
Yeah, exactly.
With your address on them?
Yeah.
Shabba paints a picture of my face, and I'm like giving 2 thumbs up on the flyer.
And it's just like a terrible painting. And so Tokas tries to tune it up or whatever, tries to put some detail touches on it to make it not suck.
And it ends up just looking more like a Picasso painting than anything.
So we're in Nennept, which is like 4 villages over.
So you're actually putting up a sign somewhere?
Oh, no.
Let's just make that just not be a real thing.
We'll take a note of it.
We'll save the paper then.
We dream about someday having signs for our company, for Azlo's company. We just start sketching out some basic ideas.
Speaking of which, have we come up with a name for this venture, Azlo?
We have not, but we probably should.
Yeah, definitely.
So that rumor of our good deeds can spread. Instead of just those 3 guys who tried to poison our well.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of alliteration, so it should be like Azlo's Adventurers or Azlo's...
Azlo's Adventuring... something else with an A?
Azlo's Assembled Adventurers?
Well, then we'd just be AAA.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
Call
It's
AAA.
like when your buggy breaks down, you call AAA.
when they need help or something, just call AAA.
Perfect.
That's a brilliant idea. It's got a AAA. It's got a nice ring to it, you know?
Yeah.
I'm so glad we're the first people to have thought of that.
We are, technically. Azlo's Adventuring Assemblage. Yeah, we'll have to think on that. That's good. Anyway, we'll worry about that when we get back. For now, let's continue walking.
We'll talk later. For right now, we have to travel.
I have to concentrate on my walking right now. Stop talking to me.
You know I can't do both at the same time. What's wrong with you?
Dillard, you talk. You're the only one who's not walking. You say stuff. You know any good jokes?
No, I'm fresh out of jokes.
Kind of hard to joke around after you've just had a near-death experience. I understand. Well, then keep riding. You're looking stronger by the minute. And younger, too. Maybe not younger.
I've got a good one. What did the zombie say to the guy dying of the plague?
Gotcha?
I didn't actually have a punchline for that. I just wanted to be socially awkward.
Dillard, think of a punchline for that one. And let us know when you have one. So we go. and continue going until we reach the town of Lyddix Cross.
Yep. This is another crossroads town, kind of a smaller trade hub in the area.
Do you guys want to talk to the mayor here and see if we can inspect the well?
Wait, we didn't inspect the water at the last place we were at, right?
No, you just walked right through Kaplan Hill.
Oh, yeah, Kaplan Hill. Yeah, we kind of forgot about that. Oops.
Yeah, they've got other problems, you know? Maybe the zombies will, like, fight the Ankegs. Maybe that's how that problem gets fixed.
Yeah, there you go.
You know?
Or maybe you get zombie onkegs.
Yeah, oh,
No.
Yeah, zombie okay. Yeah, can we say that we checked the well while we were there?
Yeah, and you just drop the glowing bucket down.
Yeah, we'll just do that.
yeah. We'll like wait in line and not cause a disturbance this time, and wait until it's actually our turn, and then just surreptitiously inspect it and see if we see anything.
All right, everyone, roll your perception check.
So we're doing a bit of a time warp. We're going back.
Yeah. I got a 20.
Mine was not worth mentioning.
Okay. Well, you don't see anything particular down at the bottom of the well.
Okay.
Okay.
So same thing when we get to Lyddix Cross. Bucket, well, wait in line, see. Perception?
Sure.
15.
Again, irrelevant.
Yeah, I need to get a new D20.
I still have that dice set for you, Sean. Over here.
Oh, that's true.
Hanging out.
I need to come get it.
So you don't see anything specific down this well either. You see a couple of sticks floating.
All right. So it seems like we're in the clear. Seems like. Unless I'm just not seeing very well.
As we travel or something like that, I will ask Tokas. So, do you know anything about these cultists? Anything that they did, or like where they went after they left your city, your town?
Oh, it was all very fast. I don't know exactly what their aims or plans were after they stole all our riches and killed most of my people.
That's a side note.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we want to find them too. We want to find this witch. We want to find those cultists. Because even if they're not behind the spell plague, they are behind the near eradication of your people. And that's just not going to fly.
But we are pretty sure they're behind the spell plague, right?
I mean...
Oh, almost assuredly.
we have theories. Hunches.
Yeah. Okay.
So you continue on through Lyddix Cross and arrive at Knighton, which is where Olaf is the bartender / innkeeper.
All right.
Kick in the bar door. Olaf, so we meet again.
Water for everyone!
My old friend.
Water on the house.
Everybody cheers. Yeah!
Olaf, I'd like a round of water for every single person in the bar. It's on me.
Not you again.
Yes! Believe it or not, it's us. We're happy to see you too. You're our best friend, Olaf. We've thought of nothing but you since we left here. We really, really like you. We would like to patronize your bar this time. We would like to be your patrons.
If you're going to order something real, then fine.
Ooh, actually, we have some party gold now. We have 2 silver, as a matter of fact.
We do. We found them under the couch cushions of that one place,
That's
right?
right.
Okay.
Eat up, boys. 2 silver.
That is literally all of the money that you have as a party, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's literally everything. Wait, Tokas, don't you have gold?
It's not part of the party's goal.
No, it's not part of the party. I'm just saying you actually have gold because I don't have any.
No, I might have some of that you speak of.
Yeah, that's none of our business. Party funds, we have 2 silvers. We bring in the Strathis brothers and Dillard, and we introduce them to Olaf. And I'm like, this is my best friend in the world, except for Stripey and Azlo and Tokas. My 4th best friend in the world, Olaf. Olaf Olan, we call him, because he's such a hoot. We love being around him, and he's a nice guy, and he loves water just like we do. So feel free to order anything.
As long as it's water.
As long as it's water, and he'll give it to you for the regular price. And then I ask Azlo to hold out the 2 silver pieces, and I'm like, Olaf, old buddy, old pal, what can we get for this? For 2 silver pieces.
That'll get you a decent meal for the 4, or the 3 of you. Not for the 4th one.
What about Stripey?
I'm afraid we don't serve food catered towards small woodland animals.
You don't serve his kind here? Are you animalist against badgers, good sir?
I plug Stripey's ears.
He bites at you.
He's very offended. We'll get 3 meals, I guess, with 2 silver pieces. You guys okay with that?
3 fine meals.
Sounds good.
We'll splurge a little bit.
I'll take mine unseasoned. Thank you very much.
Plain for the gnome.
All right, then maybe I'll knock off a couple of coppers.
And then Stripey will have most of mine, of course, like usual. And we'll all sit down. We'll find a big table toward the center of the room so that we can dine with Dillard and the Strathis brothers as a big party of 7.
You notice, by this point, Dillard is looking almost completely fine.
Wow.
Wow.
Like, he still coughs now and then, but he's looking much better than he was when you first saw him.
Good.
Durable Dillard making a full recovery here.
Durable Dillard
right.
it is. I'm really happy to hear that. So we make merry and clink our tankards.
Is it too soon for us to tell him that we thought about leaving him behind to die to the zombie horde?
Yeah, too soon.
Is it too soon?
It will never be not too soon enough to do that.
All right, so I almost say out loud, and then Azlo's like, no, shh.
Yeah, no, we always had faith in you, Dillard. We never, ever thought you were going to not make it.
Yeah, but we should tell him the truth.
He already overheard you talking about him dying.
About him
having-
dying.
True,
yeah.
he did. While he was in the tower, he heard about it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's just leave it at this. We're very happy that you're feeling better. We really are.
And so am I.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not expendable at all.
Because not only is it awesome that you're a great guy and you're healthy again, but never mind, that's the only reason. and then I like wink at Azlo and Tokas because I'm like, we're getting twice as much gold because he's alive. Remember? So
The innkeeper brings out your celebratory meals. Some ale and some nice roast beast of some kind,
ooh, my
Nice.
favorite.
along with a good vegetable stew.
Ah, yummy.
Yum.
Stripey dunks his head in the stew and slurps it all, all up in a single gulp.
Do they eat vegetables?
Yeah.
They do now.
Yeah, I thought they were omnivores.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
I'm almost positive it's an omnivore. Yeah, they're scavengers.
I dab his face with a napkin when he's done. There you go, little guy. Yeah, I think they are omnivores.
Olaf looks much less annoyed at you this time since you've actually paid and are real customers.
Right.
And he gives you your 2 copper back for going without any seasonings at all.
All right. Change.
All right.
Dude, Tokas, you're saving us some serious scratch here with your plain palate.
Well, actually, and I pull out this long receipt of things that we lost in the adventure I've been keeping track of meticulously behind
that's
everybody's
right.
backs.
Yeah,
And I say, actually, we're going to be needing those 2 copper pieces.
Don't worry. We'll take care of all of that once we get back to town. Just hold on to those receipts, and we'll talk to HR when we get there.
Yeah, looking forward to meeting your HR specialist.
He like goes and sits behind his desk and he's like, "Hi, HR department, how can
Puts
I
on a
help?"
pair of glasses.
Yeah, put on like a fake mustache and a pair of glasses. I'm Olza. Azlo backwards. I'm Olza, head of the HR department.
Do you do anything else besides eat and drink at this place?
We fill up our water skins.
Yeah, actually, maybe we don't want to drink a lot of water because we haven't. Did we check the well here yet?
Not yet.
No, we went straight to see Olaf.
Yeah, we were so happy to see him that we just totally forgot our precautions. Let's go to the well.
Do you leave in the middle of your meal?
No.
No, I think we definitely challenge Olaf to like a dance-off and see if he'll oblige.
I'm not exactly the dancing type.
Is there anybody playing music?
Yeah, there's like not even music playing. I'm like, come on. What do you got?
I take out my drum and attempt to make a beat, but I'm really off rhythm. And so it just sounds like random thumping. And then Olaf I'm sure he's just like, no.
Just ignores it. Yeah. I'm like, all right, next time, you stay classy, Olaf. We'll be back.
Remember us. We're Azlo's adventuring
Oh, I won't forget you.
adventuring assemblage. Azlo's adventuring something. We're AAA.
We're the A-team.
The A-team.
Azlo's adventuring A team. The AAAT. That's what they call us around these parts. And all the other parts.
AT&T?
The AAAT
ATSTs?
All of the above. Anything with an A or a T in it. You could just call us that.
See ya.
Later on, Lofsy.
And then, we'll go out to check the well.
All right, you want to roll your checks for that, too?
Gladly.
We have the old Strathyses. I believe that's the plural of Strathus. The Strathyses, we have them take a look as well.
Strathi.
11.
15.
So they look down, you look down. You don't spot anything unusual.
That's interesting. So we've only noticed 2 wells with these. Presumably the second town probably was poisoned in the same manner as the other town with the stone, right?
Probably.
It's interesting that those were the only towns affected by the stones. I wonder if it's maybe spreading in a different direction than we checked. Or maybe they're planning to do it one at a time. I'm not exactly sure what their motive is in poisoning some of these small, less wealthy towns. It's not like they have, hundreds of cut gemstones to loot.
Yeah, it's a good point.
What if they were just, experimenting on people? I mean, I know that sounds cruel, but what if they were just going from town to town trying these different things just to test, the effectiveness of their plague? Or what if they're planning to, weaponize it eventually? Or, I don't know, who knows?
Yeah, maybe they genocided Tokas' people for their money, and now that they have all the riches, they're just being jerks.
Yeah, I know that's usually what motivates me to do most of the stuff I do, is just because I want to be a big jerk.
Well, if you're an evil cultist, then you're probably motivated by just being a jerk.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You got a good point there.
Well, what's interesting is the catalysts they're using for all these poisonings are gemstones themselves. Maybe they weren't interested in the monetary value of what they stole from my people. Maybe they needed the gemstones to work as a sort of conduit for spreading this spell plague.
Seems like they're kind of infusing these obsidian crystals with some sort of arcane power that allows them to slowly leech it over time.
This whole time I thought they were just greedy, but they're much smarter than that, it seems.
Yeah, it must be they've got different strains of this plague that they've been trying out. They're improving their alchemical components as they go.
Yeah.
This is all just speculation, Shabba. We won't really know much until we get these under the microscope. Under the lens. The magnifying glass.
Yes. Under the setting appropriate alchemical devices.
Yeah, I say we get these back to the Alchemists Guild and have them run tests and see what they can find out.
The Damage Guild Podcast. Proudly fueled by the blood of our enemies.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful Memorial Day weekend if you're here in the U.S. Or if you're listening to this in the future, I hope you're not looking back in sadness over how quickly the 3-day weekend went by. This week, we got a nice little note from a listener. We're going to do a quick listener mailbag here. This one comes to us from Antonio Estrada. Antonio says, "Gentlemen, I came across your podcast by way of Reddit. I'm always on the lookout for new D&D real play podcasts, and yours is so very enjoyable. I love the witty banter, the feel of camaraderie of the players and the characters, and the post-production editing that gives the episodes a good flow and the ambience for the scenes. I wanted to ask, Google Play Music does not have a rating option. Is there another way I can help? Keep up the excellent work, and may the shoulder of the Ram God be always at your back." That's awesome. Thank you, Antonio. We really appreciate the feedback. So glad you're enjoying the show. Alas, you are correct. Unfortunately, Google Play does not have a rating system. Google, if you're listening to this, and as we all know, Google is listening to everything that we say, reading through your emails to figure out your interests so they know what ads to serve you. Google, if you can do all that, you can assign a junior software developer to put some star ratings on your Google Play Podcasts section. You need to step up your play game. To answer your question, Antonio, yes, there are many ways that you can help. For instance, standing on a bridge over a busy highway during rush hour with a sign advertising the show, or renting a megaphone and going to a used car lot on a Saturday afternoon and yelling things at people. Also, if you have iTunes, you can leave us a review there. If you have an iCloud account, I think that's all you need. But by far, the most important thing you can do is to tell the people that you love us. We don't do any advertising for the show, so we're relying completely on word of mouth and people to get the word out. On that note, we recently acquired what some call an electronic mailbox. So if you want to send us an e-letter, you can address it to guild@thedamageguild.com. That's guild@thedamageguild.com. Hey, drop us a line. Say hi. Ask a question. We'd love to hear from you. Also, we now have a Twitter. That's right. We're twitting up a storm. So if you want to twit with us, that is a thing that you can now do. Just use the hashtag DamageGuild, and we will see your twits, and we'll twit you right back, or however that works. Also, remember, if you want to get a personal message on the show, you can go to thedamageguild.com/decree and issue a royal decree. Helps us out, helps us pay our bills, and you can send someone you care about a special message. That's all for this week. Let's get back into the episode, and we will see you next Monday, and it's going to be June. How crazy is that, right? Start of summer. Can't wait. And we'll see you when the seasons have changed.
You are listening to the Damage Guild podcast.
You reach the outskirts of Nennept the following day, and Dillard speaks. Says, "So I suppose you'll be wanting to meet with Rycenth about your reward then."
At the Blue Salmon, I do believe, was the arrangement.
As I recall, yes.
Really?
That's what he told us. Why? Do you know where the Blue Salmon is? Actually, he told us where the Blue Salmon was. Do you know something about the Blue Salmon that should deter us?
No. It's just that it would be much more direct for me to take you to him directly.
Really? He told us he would be at the Blue Salmon.
Actually, if you recall, he said, if you find them, they'll lead you to me, or if you don't, you'll meet my contact at the Blue Salmon.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Well,
You know what? As I recall, he told us to have you take us directly to him.
yes, I am recalling that now as well.
I just had like a flash of inspiration there.
Right, miraculously, as if a voice from the heavens suddenly spoke out.
Yeah, let's go there.
I'll take you there, just don't expect the others to be coming along. The Strathis brothers don't exactly get along with him.
Well, then how will he know the Strathis brothers are okay?
Don't worry, I'll be there. I'll be able to explain things.
All right, well, I shake hands with the Strathis brothers and thank them for letting us rescue them. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you for surviving.
Thank you as well.
And if we don't cross paths again, we wish you all the best in whatever it is you do with your lives and whoever you work for, and whatever affiliations you may or may not have.
And
Enjoy.
May the Ram Lord.
Oh yes, is it the Ram Lord? May the shoulder of the Ram Lord be ever at your back.
Yes, jeez.
Also, if you find yourselves in need of roadside assistance, call AAA, and I hand him a business card.
Yeah, I was so preoccupied with making sure that I wished them well that I forgot to tell them that the Ram Lord loves them.
I mean, that's like your character's shtick. You can't leave that out.
And I hope Neros smiles upon you.
Thank you. I'm unfamiliar with this deity, but I'm sure that he or she,
Has brushed his teeth.
he and or she, is a wonderful thing. Deity.
Yeah, I hope they're awesome or whatever.
Yes.
What? Let's go.
Tokas and Azlo, probably you both know Neros is the god of fate and destiny.
Okay.
And luck, sort of.
Yeah, you probably know that one.
I mean, I pray to the RNG gods all the time. Sounds like the same deity.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say probably a lot of other bards at the Bard College would have worshipped that deity as well.
Sounds kind of roguish as well.
Yeah.
Once again, I thank you for rescuing my brother, as well as ourselves.
Well, we are glad that we found you when we did, because it seemed like things were pretty dire, but it was our pleasure, and we are very happy that this came to such an amenable conclusion for all of us.
Yep. If you ever get in a pickle, we'd be happy to rescue again from a horde of zombies.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
In fact, you should, hey, you should give him a business card.
Yeah, business cards all around. Everybody.
We'll be sure to keep you in mind. You've proven yourselves to be trustworthy allies, and we hope to meet you again.
Thank you.
So Willem looks over at Dillard, and he just says, we're going to get ready. We'll meet you outside the gate. And Dillard gives him a quick nod, and then the Strathis brothers head off.
Where are you guys going?
We have to prepare to give our reports.
Oh, someone outside of the city?
No, just a different gate.
Okay, but you're still coming with us, Dillard?
Yeah, I'll come with you. Won't be able to stay long. I have to meet up with them.
Okay. You'll still be able to vouch for us with Rycenth, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So I have a +5 in stealth.
Shabba suddenly crouches down and just starts tiptoeing around.
That was kind of like I was hoping would be like the funny thing about my character is that he's huge, but he's really stealthy. Wind Brother, the shadow who wanders the glade. Like, he's big but quiet. Mm-hmm. But sneaking through a city would probably be pretty hard when you're head and shoulders taller than everyone else. So, Azlo, what do you think about following Wilm? Maybe hanging back when we go and following Wilm? What are they doing? I don't know. It struck me as a little strange.
It did, yeah. They shouldn't have to leave the city if they're going to, even if they're going to talk to someone in the city.
Yeah, like, I understand Dillard's feeling better, but shouldn't the first thing they do be to take him to a priest?
Yeah.
Just to like a checkup, a quick make sure you're all right, but they seem really eager to get back to their whoever they work for. Like, without a care for Rycenth Clouden, who is the one who sent us after them in the first place. And like, the Strathis brothers apparently don't even like him. What does that mean?
That is peculiar.
Well, I only have a +4 in stealth, so you're technically a little better than me. But
it would probably be easier for you to tail him through a crowd.
Yeah.
It may not be as quick, but harder to spot.
And I actually have a couple of disguise kits in my pack here.
Ooh.
So I could always put one of those on to hide my true identity.
I think it takes a while to put on a disguise.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not just like a mustache?
I mean, you can be putting on makeup as you walk down the street, but...
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really want to pry into their business, but at the same time I do. Just because of the way they're acting about it.
Yeah, they've been sort of weird this whole time.
Plot twist. They're actually working for the cultists.
Yeah, right? I mean, seriously, what do you think, Tokas? Should we just leave well enough alone, or should we send Azlo out to see if he can kind of maybe tail Dillard through the city?
Well, it'd be just easier if I could toss a tracking device onto one of their backpacks or pouches.
Yeah. If you think about it, we don't even know who this Rycenth Clouden is. We don't know who he works for. We don't know what his motives are, or... Wait, who's coming with us, Dillard or Wilm?
Dillard is coming with you.
Dillard is coming with us. Is he still riding his horse?
He would give the horse to the Strathis brothers.
Okay, yeah, he hands it off to them. All right, yeah.
Before they leave, I'll say, hey, could you guys, do you think you could tell me your address just in case I need to, get in touch with you again? Do you guys live together as brothers?
We live nearby, but if you need to get in touch with us, you can always do it through Rycenth.
Okay. I huddle back up with the other two, and I just say, I think we can let them be, and let's go talk to Rycenth. If we further detect that something weird is going on, then we can address it from there.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a little...
It's a little fishy. I agree.
Yeah, but maybe we're prying where we shouldn't be at this point.
Yeah.
All right. We'll go with Dillard to Rycenth's location.
Well, we may learn all we need to from Rycenth. He might even tell us who they're employed by.
Yeah, although he is reluctant to do so when he first hired us, but we'll see.
Well, then we ask him after he pays us.
True.
Dillard leads you into the city. You go down the main road, turn through High Market, and he leads you towards the upper castle town. A fancy wrought iron fence encircles the whole district. When you reach the gate, Dillard pulls out a small piece of parchment and shows it to the guards, and they wave you through.
So this is a gate into an internal part of the city?
Yes. So the guards cast kind of a suspicious look at the three of you, but they let you through. Upper Castle Town is primarily for the nobility, lords, government officials, and others of wealth and importance, and it shows in the neighborhood around here. The buildings here are grand structures, many with large open lots or gardens around them, and unlike much of the city, most of the structures here are made at least partially of stone. Everyone you pass is dressed in fine clothes, and most either give you a disapproving look or else make a point of ignoring you entirely.
We give them disapproving looks back.
These rich people, filthy richies.
Finally, Dillard stops in front of one of the smaller houses, but still large by most standards. He pulls the chain next to the door and you hear a bell ring inside. A short while later, Rycenth himself appears at the door. He is dressed in fine clothes, so not quite to the level of nobility.
Rycenth! Good to see you.
His eyes widen momentarily in surprise. I'm pleased to see you've returned.
Thought you were sending us to our deaths, didn't you? Boom! Mic drop.
Can't get rid of us that easily.
Here we are. Hey, hey, hey. We're back.
He turns to address Dillard. Did these three prove useful in any way?
He was like, remember when he came in, he was like, he did not think
he was so reluctant to hire us.
Dillard answers and says, they certainly did. Wilm would have died without their help, and Nerdok and I might still be there. Incidentally, they're both alive and well, getting ready. And if you'll excuse me, I should be joining them shortly. So Dillard gives him a formal bow, and turns and begins to walk away.
I give him a formal bow as well, even though we're not leaving.
Rycenth has a rather impressed look on his face. Not bad. You've done better than I expected. Please, come inside.
Trust me, we've done better than we expected as well.
Just try not to get mud everywhere.
Yeah, I wipe my bare feet on his little mat and leaves mud tracks there.
I'll take my boots off out of respect, and I'll pick Stripey up so he doesn't track mud into the house. Leave my boots on the doorstep.
Pick him up and rub him on the mat to get the dirt off of his paws.
Yeah.
Oh, it's actually really hard to get out of Greaves, so I just leave them on, stomp on the mat, kind of go clanking through the home.
Yeah.
He leads you up to a parlor furnished with comfortable sofas and a low table and some chairs. Did you learn any information worthy of payment, or will you be satisfied with just the rescue fee?
Well, first of all, may I trouble you for a glass of lemonade? Perhaps?
I'm simply parched.
I'm parched. It's a hot day outside. A Goliath really just needs to remain hydrated on a day like today. And secondly, to answer your question, yes, but we'll get to that after the lemonade.
Just a moment. He leaves the room.
Okay. That was a test to see whether he had any servants, which I gathered that he didn't because he answered the door himself, but I just wanted to see if he was rich enough to have servants. Because then maybe the gold didn't actually mean that much to him.
So you hear the sounds of some liquids pouring and glasses clattering.
Some lemons being squeezed.
He returns with a tray with 4 glasses on it. Says, this is not lemonade, but it is a nice fruit juice for you.
Oh, thank you. You're too kind, my good man.
Many thanks.
I take a glass, but I wait for him to take a sip of it first.
I drop over dead.
We're all kind of looking back and forth at each other.
Yeah, let's get real here. At minimum, he spit in it. At maximum, we're all going to die. So I take a tentative sip, and even though Stripey's trying to get at it, I push him away and just take a little... Tastes pretty good, I think. Can I roll to see if I can tell if it tastes good?
Roll to see if it tastes of poison.
Yeah.
Intelligence?
An insight check, maybe?
Sure.
Ooh, natural 20, dude. Oh, I know the ingredients. I write them down quickly because this is really good.
It tastes delicious, actually, and you don't think there's any hint of poison as far as you can tell.
Oh,
sweet.
Right.
It's maybe pomegranate juice or something similar.
Yum.
Something exotic to you.
Wow,
Nice.
yeah, this is really good. So I let Stripey lap up a bunch of it, and then when his little head can't fit into the glass anymore, and I just drink the rest. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Clouden. We're pleased to have successfully succeeded at this job for you. And as far as the plague goes, we found... And then I like wait and look at Tokas and then look at Azlo because I can't remember which one of you has the crystal, the obsidian crystal.
And then I look at Shabba because he stopped. And then I look at Tokas. And then I look back at Shabba again.
We found, and then I clear my throat.
Oh, we found one of these! And I withdraw the crystal dramatically.
And I gasp again, dramatically.
Works every time.
And what is that?
This is what we believe to be causing the plague that has been clearing these towns out and killing people and turning them into zombies.
Maybe we shouldn't be handling it like that with our bare hands. We should probably put it back in your bag.
Yeah, I figured once I first picked it up, it was probably too late for that. But
do you feel older?
Yeah, do I feel any older or like I'm weighed down at all?
I mean, you're the one holding it.
Not really. I mean, it's been sitting in your pack for this whole time. You haven't been holding it or anything.
Okay. So I show it to him and I say, I'll give you the quick rundown. We traveled to Letwick to find that it had that it was devoid of townspeople, and basically we discovered some black sludge in the well. Went on to Pilshire and found that it was infested with zombies, and the town was encircled with these black crystals stuck into the ground. First of all, when you walked into the circle of stones, you got this sense of like a heavy feeling coming over you. But then we also noticed that if we started to pull these crystals out of the ground, it made the barrier sort of become erratic and unstable. And then also on our way back, we found this crystal sitting at the bottom of the well in Nafton. So not only did we see that this spell plague is probably causing all the people in these towns to get really old and then turn into zombies, but we believe that these crystals have something to do with it. And our friend Tokas here has had a personal run-in with the people that we believe to be responsible for all of this.
Oh, that would be most interesting indeed. Please tell me what you know, Tokas.
Okay, hang on. We huddle for a moment. Okay, the way that Rycenth just said that, yes, Tokas, tell me what you know, is giving me evil villain vibes a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
He's kind of saying, how much do you guys know? So maybe we shouldn't tell him everything, Azlo.
I never would have picked up on that.
Oh, but this was said like...
He called you by name and said, tell us what you know.
Yes, tell us what you know.
And then twirled his mustaches. I saw it.
Maybe I'm reading a little too much into this, guys. But then again, maybe we should lay off on some of the, ixnay on the info say.
Yes. Oh, so he was going to give us extra gold for more information, but maybe by extra gold he meant a knife in the back.
Yeah, I look around to see if he has any cultist robes like hanging up in his house.
Yeah, or maybe like torture chains that he's kind of like wound up and put behind a curtain that we can sort of see.
Bloody daggers.
Oh, maybe we should break the powwow so we don't look too suspicious.
Looking around, everything looks pretty standard for a rich person's house. Moderately rich.
Okay, so my feat that I took is called Empathic. Gives me proficiency in the insight skill, and the action is to, with a wisdom insight check opposed by the target's charisma deception check, I can gain uncanny insight about one humanoid in sight within 30 feet. So I will now attempt to do that.
Okay.
All right, my result is a 19.
You believe that he is genuinely interested in learning the information, and you think that Tokas is probably reading a little bit too much into it.
Okay. All right. So I kind of lean over to Tokas. I'm like, probably reading a little much into it. Let's take this slow, shall we? So why don't you go ahead and tell him about the whole aging thing? Just lay out everything kind of little by little, and we'll see where this goes.
Okay, well, I had a personal run-in with whom I think is responsible for the plague. They actually attacked my homeland, ravaged it with a spell plague of sorts, and took all our riches and left. Cultists wearing black garbs, pointy hats.
As typical cultists do.
Yeah, nasty folk. I do believe that these might be the same people behind this. I see some of the same symptoms. We tested the well water and found that the sludge had some really interesting properties, much like the same sample that I had from where I was first attacked. We also noticed that the peoples and also the zombies seem to be exhibiting aging. And that was a major element of the plague. In fact, then I rip off my wig just to prove it. I too was exposed to this and lost all of my hair. What do you think of that? What do you think of them apples? I put the wig back on kind of straight.
I help him straighten it out.
Oh, thank you.
As long as you don't mind, since there's no mirror.
This is concerning information. I'll be sure to relay it to those in charge.
Who are?
Well, as you might have surmised from my home here, I work for some of the local lords.
Oh. I didn't surmise that, but I'm surmising it now.
I am employed by Vel Silverstock, actually.
Say that name one more time and spell it out for me. Sounds important.
Vel's
Silverstock. V-E-L-S?
V-E-L-L Silverstock.
Silverstock.
Does he have stocks in the silver market? Is that how he's so rich?
That is perhaps how his ancestors became rich.
All right. What does Mr. Silverstock, assuming it's a Mr., have? Why does he have an interest in what's going on to the southeast?
He has many trade dealings and connections to those in that region, throughout all of Dionysia, really. And when rumors began to circle that there was this strange plague and people missing, he put it upon my shoulders to hire the people who would investigate.
Are the Strathaces also employees of Mr. Silverstockings? Stock?
Silverstockings.
Pippi Silverstockings?
They are not directly employees of him, but they are frequent hirees.
Okay. So they're kind of freelancers like us?
Yes.
So you guys are colleagues, really. They don't report to you so much as you both report to
Each
Mr.
other.
Silverstockings.
Mr. Silverstock, yes.
Oh, excuse me.
So Vel Silverstock is one of the lords of Nennept, and yet his interests lie in the next kingdom over.
He has many interests. He was concerned with the news he was hearing. I mean, Nennept is a major trade city.
Right. It's the kind of thing where, like, his business, the one that makes him a lord and gives him all this wealth, has to do with trading even between other kingdoms or countries.
Yes.
So it was worth his time and gold to hire people to figure out what's going on, put a stop to it so that he could keep making money.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. So it was hampering his business.
Yeah.
Or his interests, regardless of whether they were business related or not. Okay. Well, that said, would you consider that to be enough information about the plague to warrant the extra payment of gold or some of it?
That is indeed valuable information. I'm sure that our other scouts will have some of the same information for us, but I expect not all of it, especially with regards to the gnomish homeland.
We did also learn something about the creatures themselves. When we were fighting them, we found that they're resilient and scary and old.
yeah. And there's a lot of them in Pilshire.
Yes.
Hundreds, right?
Yes.
Hundreds.
And apparently they like the sound of bagpipes.
They do.
They do. They are attracted to that particular sound.
I'll see if we can make use of that information.
I certainly hope so, because this plague is not a fun thing. And it's not going to be fun if it spreads to more villages.
Which, by the way, it does seem like it is, at least in the one town that we found this crystal.
Yeah, Nafton, where the road splits. That's where we found this crystal that is now in our possession.
Which was adjacent to Letwick, which was deserted.
Mm-hmm.
And that was next to Pilshire. So yeah, in a sense, it seems like it's spreading this way.
Interestingly enough, that well wasn't in nearly the same state, right? I mean, the water still looked like water, so it must have been put there relatively recently.
Yeah. So, don't know if that will help you, but thought I might throw that in there. More helpful information.
Knowing is half the battle, Mr. Clouden.
And half the payment.
More than half the payment. Rycenth says, if you're done giving me information, unless you have anything else useful, then I will head off and retrieve your payment.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
So he leaves and comes back a minute later with your pouch of clanking coins.
Oh, man.
All right.
And he says you should find 44 gold coins inside.
Ooh, all right.
Nothing's ever sounded so good. That's more than a little seed money to get the company started.
Yeah.
And this paper will see you through the gate on your way out.
Ah, excellent.
Okay.
Pleasure doing business with you.
I will be sure to keep you in mind should I have further need of some freelance work.
Please do so.
Never forget to call AAA.
That's the one. And the same spot where we were before. We'll still be there.
Especially if one of the wheels on your buggy goes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you need a new horse battery.
If you need some more horsepower.
So what's our next step here? What do you think about taking all the samples in the crystal to the Alchemist Guild now, Tokas?
Ah, yes, I think that's the best course of action.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's hope we can find some answers there.